Hey guys, it's Kristen Scott. Welcome to my first video in a 3-part series to help you get your splits. This first video will focus on gentle hip opening and basically getting you warmed up and ready to go. So we hope you stick around for the other two, and let's get started. We'll get started in Supta Baddha Konasana. So come to lying on your back. Bring the soles of your feet to touch, knees open wide. Hands can rest wherever is comfortable. Maybe one hand on your belly, one hand on your heart. And start to notice your breath. Notice if your breath feels fast or slow. Deep or shallow. And then take a big breath in through your nose. Open your mouth, let it go. Now see if you can keep that breath while sealing your lips and coming into your Ujjayi breath. Strong inhales and exhales through your nose. The breath is the most important part of the practice. So keep this breath going as much as you can. Strong inhales and exhales through your nose. If at any time throughout your practice you lose this breath, feel free to take a break, come to a resting posture, such as this one, or child's pose. Come back to your breath, and you can always join us again when you're ready. And after taking a few rounds of breath here in your Supta Baddha Konasana, bring your hands to the outsides of your legs and close your knees up like a book. Hug your knees into your chest. Give yourself a little squeeze. Maybe rock gently side to side a couple times. And then we'll start to rock up and down the length of your spine a few times until you come all the way up for a seated forward fold. Extend your legs long in front of you. Move any extra love out from underneath those sit bones. Really feel them pressing into your mat. Then inhale your arms up by your ears. Exhale, hinge forward from your hips. Reach, reach, reach. Suck your belly button to your spine. You'll make extra space to fold from here. And then you can round in at the last moment. Hands can rest wherever is comfortable. Maybe you're up here closer to your knees or your shins. That's perfectly fine. If you can grab your feet, that's great as well. Deep breaths here in your seated forward fold. Micro bend in your knees if you feel any tightness in your hamstrings. And if you want a more restful variation of this pose, you're welcome to take your forearms under your knees, grab for opposite elbows, and just hang out right here. So wherever you are, we'll take a couple more breaths here. And then gently start to roll back up. And we'll come into a wide leg forward fold. So spread your legs as wide as is comfortable for you. Maybe it's not as wide as me, and that's okay. And again, feel those sit bones pressing firmly into your mat and flex those toes up towards your face. Then inhale, sit up really tall, lots of length in both side bodies. And on your exhale, we'll start to crawl our fingers forward. Again, resting wherever is comfortable for you. Maybe you stay on your forearms. A couple breaths here. As your body gently starts to open, maybe you can crawl your fingers out a little longer. You're welcome to come onto your fists and rest here. Remember your breath. It's super important to help with this gentle opening. So always staying with that breath. And as you sit here and breathe, maybe you can even begin to melt your chest down to the floor. Maybe bringing your forehead all the way down. Backing off at any time if you feel any strain in your hamstrings. And just staying with that breath. On your next inhale, we'll start to press back into our hands. Come all the way back up. And then bring your left foot in to your right thigh and extend this right leg long. And then square your hips over your right leg. Inhale, sit up really tall, flexing those toes again. And then we'll exhale, fold forward over your straight right leg here. Again, reaching for whatever is accessible for you. Maybe you're here at your shin. Maybe you can reach those toes. Breathing here. On your next inhale, slowly release, come back up. And then we'll switch sides. So extend that left leg long. Right foot comes into this left inner thigh here. Square your hips over your left leg now. Inhale, sit up really tall, flex those toes up towards your face. Then exhale, fold forward. Using the breath here to allow you to go deeper into the pose without forcing. Gentle opening here. On your next inhale, start to sit back up. Maybe extend both legs out in front of you, shake them out, give them a little rest here. And then we will bring both feet in, soles of your feet to touch. And you can bring your heels back as much as comfortable. Coming into Baddha Konasana now. So sitting up really tall, lots of length from your tailbone all the way up to the crown of your head. And then start to press your elbows into your knees to open your hips even more here. You can stay right here, or you can start to fold forward, trying to bring your belly button towards your feet. So of course this is pretty impossible, but that's the goal. So keeping a nice straight spine and folding forward as much as possible. Breathing here. Inhale, release, come back up. So from our Baddha Konasana, we will transition into a hands, knees, tabletop position. Stack your shoulders over your wrists, hips over your knees. Spread really wide through your fingers. And we'll take a few cat-cows here. So inhale, drop your belly, lift your gaze, lift your tailbone. Exhale, curl and round, really push the mat away from you. Inhale, cow pose, look up. Exhale, cat, arch through your spine. And continue these cat-cows for a couple more rounds, moving with your breath. Inviting in extra wiggles or movements that feel good, snaking your spine side to side, sending hips back towards your heels, staying with your breath. Complete your last round and come to a neutral tabletop, nice flat spine, tucking belly button towards your back body. Then extend your right arm by your ear and left leg behind you. Flex through those toes, try to square off your hips. Take a big breath in. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, extend. Exhale, elbow to knee, curl in. Inhale, extend one more time, reach. Exhale, curl in. Inhale, reach. This time we'll reach back for our foot. We'll come into a tabletop dancer here. So kick your foot into your hand to open up your shoulder, gently allowing that hip flexor to open here. Breathe here. Inhale. Exhale, release. And slowly lower your hand and your leg. Now we'll press down into our right hand. Inhale your left arm by your ear. Exhale, lift your right leg. Flexing through those toes, nice square hips here. Inhale, reach. Exhale, curl in. Inhale, extend. Exhale, curl in. Inhale, reach. Exhale, curl in. Inhale, one more time, reach. This time, reach back for your foot and start to kick your foot into your hand, opening through your shoulder. Gentle hip opening here. Breathing here. Gently release and exhale, return your hand and your knee. From here, we will transition into downward facing dog. So move your hands about one hand length out in front of you. Then tuck your toes under. Send your hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Checking in that fingers, all 10 fingers are pointing to the top of your mat. Fingers spread really wide. Feet are hip width distance here. Pulling belly button towards your back body, taking your gaze up in between your knees, maybe in between your thighs or even towards your navel. Now from your downward facing dog, we'll inhale, lift your right leg high. Flex all 5 toes straight down towards your face, square off your hips. Now bend your knee and stack your hip open. Knee reaches up to the ceiling, foot coming closer to your glute. Trying to press down evenly through both hands, allowing your hip to open while squaring off your shoulders. Inhale your leg back to center. Exhale, knee to your nose. Inhale your leg back up. Exhale, knee to your right elbow. Inhale your leg up. Exhale, right knee, left elbow, twist. Inhale your leg up. Exhale, knee to nose. Step your foot in between your hands. Gently lower down onto this back knee. You can untuck your toes. Peek and make sure your knee is stacked right over your ankle. Then we'll inhale, rise up to a low lunge. Breathe here. Allow this left hip flexor to start to open. Shrug your shoulders out of your ears. Coming back to our Ujjayi breath. On your next inhale, lower your hands. We'll start to flex into this front foot, coming onto your heel, really flexing your toes up towards your face, straightening this right leg, coming into our half splits. This can be an intense hamstring opener. If you need some more height here, you're welcome to stack some books to bring the floor closer to you. Try to square your hips, squaring over this right leg here, and breathe into it. On your next inhale, bend back into that front leg, coming back to your low lunge. Breathe here. Inhale. Exhale, start to straighten that front leg, half splits. Breathing into your hamstring. One more time, rebend into that front knee, low lunge. One breath here and back to our half splits. And bend back into that front knee. We'll come up off our back knee. Step your right foot back, and we'll come back to our downward facing dog. So just take your hips up and back. From here, we'll inhale, lift your left leg high. Flex all 5 toes straight down. Nice square hips here. Now bend your knee and stack your hip open. Again, grounding down evenly through both hands, allowing your hip to open while keeping your shoulders square. Knee reaching up to the ceiling, foot coming closer to your glute. Inhale your leg back to center. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale your leg back up. Exhale, left knee, left elbow. Inhale your leg up. Exhale, left knee, right elbow twist. Inhale your leg up. Exhale, knee to nose. Step your foot in between your hands. Gently lower down onto that bottom leg. You can untuck that back foot. Check to make sure your front knee is stacked right over that ankle. Inhale, reach up, low lunge. Breathing into our right hip flexor now. Allowing the breath to do the work here to open up those tight, sticky spaces. Inhale. Exhale, hands to frame your foot. Press into that front heel. Flex your toes up towards your face, coming into your half splits. Nice straight front leg here. Again, trying to square your hips. Again, feeling free to prop yourself up on blocks if you need to bring the floor closer to you. Breathing into your hamstring here. Inhale, start to bend back into that front leg. Reach up, low lunge here. Breathing into that right hip flexor now. Inhale. Exhale, half splits. Flex that foot up, straighten your front leg. Again, trying to square your hips. One more time, bend into your low lunge. Reach up. And plant your hands, flex into that front foot, half splits. Last time, bend into that front knee, come up off your back leg, step your left foot back, coming first to high plank, then hips up and back, downward facing dog. Breathe here. On your next inhale, we'll start to walk our feet forward all the way up to our hands, coming into a standing forward fold here. So you can keep your feet hip width distance. Take as much bend in your knees as you need to bring your belly down onto your thighs. You can hang out right here in ragdoll, maybe interlacing your fingers in opposite elbow creases, swaying side to side if that feels good. If you need a deeper variation of this pose, you're welcome to take your peace fingers, wrap them around your big toes. Inhale, lengthen halfway. And exhale, bend your elbows to the sides, pulling your body closer to your legs. Breathing here, really sucking the belly button towards the back body to make extra space to fold from. If you still need a little bit more here, you can take your palms all the way under your feet, bringing toes up to your wrist creases, maybe giving your wrists a little massage. And again, letting that head hang heavy. You can inhale, lengthen, and exhale, pull yourself closer. Maybe swaying a little side to side, playing with balance here, getting nice hamstring opening here. And wherever you are, release your hands. Toe heel your big toes to touch with a slight sliver in between your heels. Then we're going to take a big bend in your knees, and we're going to come up to a chair pose. So peek down, make sure you can see all 10 toes. Maybe move your knees back a little in space. Try to stack your shoulders over your hips. You can leave your hands at heart center, or you can reach your arms up by your ears, whatever's more comfortable in your body. Breathe here. Then we're gonna start to slowly lower, bend, 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 all the way down until your booty reaches your mat and you come into boat pose, Navasana. A little core work here. So you can keep your feet on the mat if that's too intense for you, leaning back until you feel your core engage. You can lift your legs up, rolling your shoulders together behind you. Hands can stay here, or you can reach out to the sides. We're gonna breathe here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. Come all the way down onto your mat. Take a moment to breathe here. And then we're going to come into a reclined half pigeon. So this right ankle is going to come to cross over your left knee. Left shin will come up parallel to the mat. Flex through both feet. You can stay right here, maybe pressing this right hand into your right knee to open up. If that's enough for you, you can stay here, or maybe start to reach in between your legs, grabbing for that shin, pulling your legs closer to you, getting a deeper hip opening. Always coming back to our Ujjayi breath, allowing the breath to do the work here. And slowly begin to return your left foot back to your mat. And we're going to take a gentle spinal twist here. So this right foot is going to cross all the way over to the left side of your mat. Your left hand can reach for your right foot, and then your right hand can reach for this left foot. Gentle spinal twist here. Slowly start to release your feet. Hug both knees back into center. Give yourself a squeeze to reset. And then plant both feet on your mat. Bring this left ankle to cross over your right knee. Again, flexing through that foot. Right shin comes parallel to the mat, flexing through that foot as well. Again, you can press into this left knee to open up your hip here. Maybe you stay here. Maybe you reach in between your legs, pulling your shin closer to your body, getting a deeper hip opening. And from here, we'll start to lower your right foot down to your mat and take this left foot over to the right side, coming into our gentle spinal twist here. Opposite hand reaches for opposite foot. Maybe you reach for this back foot as well. Gentle spinal twist and hip opener here. Breathing into it. And gently release. Hug both knees back into center. Little squeeze to reset. And we'll come into happy baby. Flex your feet up to the ceiling. Knees coming into your armpits. You can reach inside your legs for the outsides of your feet, or maybe just grab onto those big toes. Trying to lengthen your entire spine all the way from the crown of your head down to your tailbone into your mat. So if you are going to continue with part 2 of our series, you're welcome to end right now and move on to part 2. Otherwise, we are going to move into Shavasana, our final resting pose. Hug back in, give yourself a squeeze to reset. And then we'll gently make our way into our final resting pose, Shavasana. Let your feet splay open to the edges of your mat. Arms rest down by your sides, palms face up. Let everything go here. Take a couple minutes here to let your body reap the benefits of all of that hard work you just did. Trying to let go of controlling your breath. Let go of thoughts. Just let everything relax here. I invite you to stay in Shavasana for as long as you can. Rest, rejuvenate. And if it's time to move on with your day, begin to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Start to take some gentle wrist and ankle circles. Reach your arms overhead. Take a full body stretch. And then make your way into fetal position on your favorite side. Take a couple more moments here to rest and feel grateful for your practice, for taking time to do something good for yourself. And keeping your eyes closed, gently make your way up to a comfortable seated position. And bring your palms to touch at heart center. So I hope you liked this video, and if you did, please subscribe to Psyche Truth and follow the rest of this series. If you'd like to learn more about me, you can follow my social media. The links are below, and please leave us comments. Let us know how we're doing and what you'd like to see. Thanks. You can find more videos like this one on Amazon Instant Video, and they're free if you have Prime. Join me for yoga class virtually anywhere. Stream videos to your tablet, your TV, or the Amazon app on your phone.